Beautiful boy essay. In today's world, we see images and videos on social media, newspapers, documentaries, and television that show the devastation drugs have on people and their painful journey of addiction. We hear about heroin, cocaine, numerous prescription pills, and methamphetamine addictions that are destroying people's lives. In the book Beautiful Boy, A Father's Journey Through His Son's Addiction, David Sheff writes about his son Nick and his journey through being a meth addict. However, while reading this book, we see that Sheff is also an addict. He is addicted to Nick's addiction. As a loving father who could blame Sheff for wondering about Nick's whereabouts? Could he get Nick back to rehab? Could Sheff save his son's life? Ultimately, Sheff experiences withdrawal, insomnia, attends support groups, and turns to prayer, which gives the reader a view of the pains and hopes of Sheff's journey. There are healthy and unhealthy sides to Sheff's addiction. Sheff suffers from withdrawal of Nick's sober life. He longs for his son to be cured. When talking about Nick's addiction, Sheff writes, "I can't control it, and yet I continue to think that there must be something I can do." Page 176. There's an emptiness in Sheff's soul, and it's almost unbearable for him. Sheff writes, "Each hour and each day and each week is quiet torture, like a physical pain. Much of the time I feel as if I am on fire." Page 176. I feel like what Sheff is describing here is the similar feelings that an addict would have if they were getting off the drugs and going through withdrawal. If we look at the way of this of being healthy or unhealthy for Sheff, I think that it would be considered unhealthy. The stress and weight on his shoulders is not allowing his body to relax, and Sheff's anxiety is through the roof, and having that all the time is not healthy. Another way we could look at Sheff's situation is the staying up all night factor. Sheff writes, "I'm awake at 4 a.m., along with other parents of drug addicted children who are, we don't know where." Page 189. The insomnia could be compared to the drug addicts who use drugs that are stimulants. For meth addicts, you could compare it to tweaking. From a police report about tweaking, Sheff writes, "A tweaker is an abuser who probably has not slept in 3 to 15 days and is irritable and paranoid." Page 114. I think that Sheff is having some type of relation to tweaking because of his paranoia of not knowing where Nick is. And because of the paranoia, he is not sleeping. Again, the situation is not healthy for Sheff. The lack of sleep will only increase his paranoia. Many drug addicts and alcoholics attend AA meetings to talk about their addiction and where they are at in life. Sheff attends Al-Anon meetings to meet with other families who are going through similar situations. These groups are vital to an addict's life. One must be willing to share what is going on with their struggles and should be in a place where they are not ashamed to do so. At an Al-Anon meeting, it is Sheff's turn to speak. Sheff writes, "I am shaking, unable to restrain myself, and when it's my turn, I blurt out reconstruction of the past couple weeks. As I'm speaking in a rush of tears and panic, I think, someone else is talking. This is not my life." That was page 226. When the meeting is over, Sheff speaks to a woman who says, as Sheff writes, "Keep coming back," page 226. That is the type of encouragement that addicts need. These meetings can be a haven for them where they will not be judged and where they are free to say whatever they need to say. This is an example of a healthy way to deal with addiction. A healthy alternative Sheff uses is prayer. In AA meetings, the people always recite the Serenity Prayer. Sheff was skeptical of prayer. Sheff writes, "I never prayed. Perhaps I cannot pray because I never have. I do not know how, and I cannot conceive a God to pray to." Page 254. Then, Sheff's anxiety about Nick begins to rise. Sheff writes, "Please God heal Nick. Please God heal Nick. Please God heal Nick." Page 254. I think that Sheff had nothing else to turn to, so he prayed. Praying cannot hurt him. Sheff may be praying to a God that he does not believe in, but he needs some kind of hope, something to have faith in. In high anxiety situations like these, prayer could also be used as a venting mechanism. One could see that they are weak and cannot control this situation by themselves, and they need to let the words out to feel relief. Prayer could be a way to lift up the burdens to someone or something else or to God. For some addicts who are in that moment of the craving to get high, prayer could be the way to snap them out of their craving. Through all these situations, I think that Chef's addiction to Nick's addiction is understandable. Chef will always be in recovery, and he handles it to the best of his ability. He loves his beautiful boy so deeply and wants the best for him. In chapter 24, Chef writes, I cannot let go. I will not let go. I will not let Nick go unless I am forced to. Page 275. This shows that Chef loves his boy to death and will struggle right alongside with him. It is interesting to think that when Nick was high and feeling numb, Chef was in so much pain and agony. When Nick was going through all the painful withdrawals and in rehab, Chef was getting some relief. Both of these addictions are so different, but so relative at the same time. Nick's addiction is going to be a lifelong struggle, and that will be the same for Chef. When Nick relapses, Chef relapses. When Nick triumphs, Chef triumphs. This will be a battle that they will always fight, but if they battle this together, they will be victorious.